Welcome to my channel. And today we'll discuss about the exception which generated from SQL side when we are trying to access the SQL database. So sometimes we get the error login failed for user. Uh, it mostly occur when we are trying to deploy our application or Windows service in our local environment, and we have performed some operation regarding accessing the SQL database and perform some computation on it. So if we try to access that SQL Server database, then it throws the exception. In this video, I will tell you how we can fix that. Let's jump to the code base. So I have one window service. It's a background job that performs some operation on SQL Server like insertion and deletion. And I have deployed this service in my local environment. So whenever I try to access the SQL database, it throws the exception. I will show you the error message it generates. Let's start the service first. Service is started now. Let's see the logs. In the logs, you can see we got the exception that login failed for user while accessing the test database. So I will tell you how we can fix that. Let's first copy this username and go to your SQL Server. And in the database, open that and go to the security section. Under the security section, open the users, and under users, you can see we have 4 users that are accessing the current database, and they have the permission to perform operations on that database. So what we have to do is we have to provide the access to this user that he can perform some operation like insertion and deletion, which we are performing in our service. So we need to grant the permission to the user so user can perform insertion and deletion on it. How we can do that? So right click on the users and click on new user, and then select user type SQL user with login, and in the username paste that username, and in the login name paste that login name, and in the default schema you can select from my browsing that the schema that starts with DBO. You can select other as well. I'm giving the permission to DBO database only. So DBO, I mean tables that starts with DBO. So we can okay. Now you can see the user is added, and now go to properties to that user. Now you have to provide some permission to that user. So how you can do that is click on search button, and in the add object screen, click on all objects belonging to the schema that I selected in the earlier screen is DBO. Click on OK, and we have other as well. You can create your custom schema as well and grant that permission to that schema. I'm currently doing it for DB only. So click on OK. Now you can see we have operations like control, delete, insert, and we need to grant that permission. So I'm performing insert and delete. So let's grant that insert and delete operation. And if you want to select, if you are using select statement, then you can grant that as well. And if you are using update statement, then grant that as well. And click on OK. Now, if you see, In the effective, the user has the ability to delete, insert, select, and update. Okay, now again go to your service and run that or restart your application. And in my case, I have a background job. I will stop this background job and let me clean the log first. I'm going to start it again. Yeah, log file is created. Let's wait for some time to get the logs. Okay, now click on it. So see, now our user is able to perform the operation on our database. For example, deletion of the record. This is the message that I have added here in our operation. So you can also add some logging mechanism to see the logs, or you can directly check that in the database whether the operation has performed or not. So in the database, deletion of that record is performed by providing that the access to that user. So that is how we can provide the access to the user with respect to login field for user. The next time if you are facing this issue, you can try this out and you can able to fix that. Yeah, that is all from for this. Yeah, thank you very much.